Ocelotl is trash. And no, not like that. He is, how do you say, boring. Personally, I was excited that an Aztec hero would be joining the game, but upon release, he was underwhelming, especially since he's from the Outlanders, which is a class full of unique characters. You know, pirate with a gun and Medjai with his two different stances. As of when he came out, because now there's twice as many Outlanders, but I digress. When he was launched, he was just another Infinite Bash mix-up character. The only new things he brought was his 4 unique feats, 2 of which being not that impactful, while the other 2 were quite unique, despite this one being a ripoff of Shinobi's range guard break. This boring and bland kit leads to repetitive gameplay and makes him not fun to play, so I propose a rework. And no, not reworking his entire kit, but adding something to him that would make his infinite chains more rewarding, and change his level 2 and level 3 feats, and those aren't really helping him at all. The first of this rework would give him a passive ability, this passive ability being the first ever of its kind, and fits well with Aztec stuff. This passive ability will give him a damage boost as he goes down in health. Now, these wouldn't be big damage buffs, but they would stack with his feats, making him able to get some insane damage numbers. Here's an example. If he gets hit down to 75% health, he'll get a 5% damage buff. Slap down to 50%, 10% damage buff. And finally, if you're on your last leg, and at 25% health or lower, you get a 15% damage buff. These damage buffs aren't crazy, only bringing his side finisher heavy from 28 to 32. Reminder, this is at the cost of being a sneeze away from death. But where it gets crazy is when his feats come in. His second feat, which currently only gets value when you're dead, would instead be a kill streak feat, giving a 5% damage buff for killing 2 or more enemy heroes. That would bring him to a 20% damage buff when at 25% health or lower, meaning his side finisher heavy would go from 28 damage to 33 damage. Now, at the point of the video, you're probably like, geez, that's a lot of damage for a side finisher heavy, but I would like to remind you at the same time that these 3 feats are in the game, especially this one. So much can kill you at that low of health. A random hair could fly on you. You could be in the minion lane for half a second too long, or catch an external from your teammate killing you. But that would be the risk reward of staying in a fight at low health. But moving on to the final change, his third feat, which is currently pretty good, but is very basic and could be on anyone really. Instead of what we have now, make it so his finisher bash also gives him a damage buff. This would not only make Ocelot players go for it more, it would put an added pressure onto Ocelot's kit. Now, if you've been doing your math, let's see. For his finisher side heavy, from 28 damage it would go to 35 damage. These are very high numbers and would stack even better with debuffs to the enemy. But to keep it from going crazy, make it so he can't receive any other attack buffs from any other hero, such as JJ's attack buff. This will make him extremely strong in team fights, as one of his titles implies. But perhaps this is too strong, perhaps I don't play the character enough, and maybe he's just fine. This is just my opinion, and you may think of it what you may. Also, they should have made the death whistle. Wow, I'm whistling with my teeth. How have I done that? Anyways, they should have made the death whistle a feat, not an emote. This has been Kyle. See ya.